Everybody, this is Will hanging out at NAMM 2022 at the OnSong booth. My buddy Dakota. Dakota, thanks for your time.
Absolutely.
We have a lot of folks that watch that are worship leaders. If you're a worship leader, you know OnSong. But we have a lot of people that are musicians, music directors, maybe not doing this in a church.
Right.
Can you give me a brief description of OnSong and then take us over and show us what it can do?
Yes, I would love to. So OnSong is kind of I've been describing it as a Swiss Army knife type of application. So it really does a little bit of everything. At its core, it's like a blank songbook. So, one of the big things with worship leaders is, you're dealing with paper charts, not easy to change keys. They get really heavy, they get really bulky. OnSong solves all those problems. It digitizes your music. It makes it really easy to edit your chord charts, really easy to customize them, appearance-wise, to share them with your band. You're not dealing with paper, you're just dealing with iPads, and wherever you go, your music goes with you.
Yeah,
so
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Again, obviously, I think a lot of worship leaders use it.
Right.
But for folks that are maybe in cover bands,
Yeah.
folks that are out on the road, can they take songs they've created and bring them into OnSong?
Absolutely. So there's a ton of different import options that you can have for OnSong. We have a whole import screen, which I can show you even later.
Yeah.
But for houses of worship, again, you have Planning Center, you have Song Select, or you can create songs within OnSong. You can use the app to create it. You can download if you have a file maybe from Dropbox or something like that, Google Drive. Really easy to just import it, and once it's in there, you can edit it, you can customize it. It'll hold text files, it'll hold JPEGs, it'll hold PDF documents, so really anything that you need, Microsoft Word documents, it'll hold them.
That's great. Now, can you take us through kind of the basics of OnSong? Let people know
I
kind of
absolutely
what
can. Let me get to a good song here. So that's a good one. So right here, you're looking at OnSong right now. It's in dark mode, just following the device preferences, but you can do black text on white. I actually prefer for performance dark mode, just because if you're playing in a dimly lit environment, you don't want all that white background splashing on your face. It's pretty good. So one of the easiest features is here, just a basic chord chart. If I go into my song editor right here, you can see kind of the content that we're working with. Just looks like a chord chart, has all the metadata, the title, the artist, and you can easily edit that with your device computer or a keyboard. When you have your chord chart, looking pretty close to how you like it, one of the eye-catching features is just the ability to change keys. So right now we're in the key of A. If I tap the key of C, you can see that all the chords will change right there. If I want to go to the key of B flat, not the guitarist's most favorite key, I can go to B flat and I can actually turn on my capo. If I just tap it over to maybe 3, that would mean you capo on the 3rd fret of your guitar, and then you're playing in G, kind of, but you're actually, your guitar is making a B flat sound. So that's one of my favorite features, just to show people like that. Can
I do that to content I've imported?
Oh yes, absolutely.
That's awesome.
Absolutely. As long as you're working with a text file, is the preferred file type for OnSong. So like I said, it'll work with PDFs and Microsoft Word documents, but the beauty of OnSong is it can recognize text chord charts, and when it's formatted like that, kind of like how I showed you earlier, that's where it can really shine, and you can do a lot of stuff.
So if I'm importing my own content, you definitely suggest leaving it in text format.
I would.
To get that extra.
I would, yeah. If you're doing it on Microsoft, on a computer, I would suggest, I believe it's WordPad, just a text edit program. If you're on a Mac computer, I believe it's just called text edit. Those are the two kind of best formats to build your songs onto, which then you can upload onto OnSong and edit from there.
That's really
cool.
So
yeah, you can do just different customizations. Right now my lyrics are really big, so I'm just going to make them a little bit smaller with that slider. The chords, I'll match that. Let me try to, this thing's been running all day, the poor guy, so a little laggy there. But, and maybe you're a vocalist. Maybe you don't even need the chords. You can just turn them on, toggle them on and off, just like that. And lots of other things you can do too, whether you're a house of worship musician or you're just playing out. Maybe you want a backing track. Maybe you have some pads. Maybe you have karaoke or something like that. It's really easy to just assign backing tracks.
Nice.
One of the best things for live performance, which I don't know if you can see this foot pedal down here.
Yeah.
One of the nice things about that is it allows you to scroll through your music hands-free, so you can kind of get a good shot of it right there. That's an AirTurn BT, I believe, 500 S4. I own one of those pedals, so I lead worship at my own church, right? Nice. And one of the last things I want to do when I'm playing a song is, I don't really want to, I don't really want to swipe, and do all that. It's going to mess up my rhythm, or it's going to mess up my chords, and I can't have that while I'm playing guitar. So if I just tap the switch right here, you can kind of see
Yeah.
It's going to scroll down section by section, give me a good idea of where I'm at. You can see it kind of moved the page there. I can go back up. You'll see the page move again a little bit. If you have multiple pages, it'll just keep scrolling down or up to your heart's content.
That's awesome.
And one of the cool things we have right now here at NAMM is we have this hooked up to this external monitor, which is running lyrics projection of what's being highlighted there. So really good for, again, karaoke bands, house of worship, maybe you don't have lyrics projection or something like that.
Yeah.
This is just running to an Apple TV right here, which is hooked up to the monitor,
That's
and
awesome.
anything that's showing there, I can show on there.
That's great. So I know I talked to a lot of drummers, playback techs that are on the road with an artist, and suddenly the artist says, hey, I need a teleprompter.
Right.
This is a great solution because you can have your charts and suddenly your charts turn into a teleprompter.
You're exactly right, exactly right. And sometimes for teleprompters, you might want to, have it just scroll on its own instead of manually doing anything. So that's where this auto scroll feature will come in handy. So let's say we know we want our little pitch to be maybe 10 seconds. That's pretty quick,
Okay.
But I can start at the top here. I'll tap that arrow,
Nice.
and it'll scroll through different sections. It's a really short song, so it's not the best to demo on. But within 10 seconds, it will have gone from top to the bottom, and you can set that to a good speed,
That's
for
awesome.
teleprompting or something.
That's
like
really
that.
great. So I love OnSong because you can import your own content.
Yeah.
You can import Planning Center content. You can import content you purchase, which I think is great.
Right.
And I love the control of it, whether it's AirTurn or via MIDI using Ableton Live.
Right.
So you can have hands-free control of all your charts, which is great.
Absolutely.
Dakota, where can folks go to learn more about OnSong?
So probably the best place would be onsongapp.com.
Okay.
So that's just our website. We have everything from over 100 video tutorials on literally every feature we have.
Awesome.
I know because I've made a lot of them.
I bet.
We have our user manual on there. We have kind of like a support help desk forum, so you can contact us, but you can also look at maybe frequently asked questions on, hey, how do I import my songs? Hey, how can OnSong work best for my church? How can it work best for my, my gig band, gigging a couple times every week? So just anything and everything you could think of, it would be on our website. And we've got rundowns of every feature. I didn't even touch into some of the MIDI stuff that we can do, but I know you and I had talked just a little bit earlier about Ableton and using MIDI for some of that. OnSong will send and receive MIDI.
That's great.
One of the best things that I like showing people is you can assign MIDI events, you can see kind of there, to the title of a song. So if you were to be in a set list and you were to go from one song to then we go to All My Heart, to this next one, you can send a MIDI event so that it can send a MIDI signal to maybe your Helix, maybe your Nord, anything that's connected through Bluetooth or wired MIDI. It can change your patches just like that, so you don't have to even worry about any of that manual stuff. As soon as you swipe to that next song, you're ready to go. Your instruments are ready.
That's awesome. Dakota, thanks so much. I appreciate your time.
Thanks, Will.
Yeah,
Good to talk
absolutely.
to you, man.
Thank you guys for checking out this video. OnSong is a perfect solution if you're looking for a way to manage your charts, to have hands-free control of your charts, either from Ableton or AirTurn pedal like this guy. To see the rest of our NAMM 2022 coverage, make sure to click the link in the description of this video. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. See you on the next one. Bye.